What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 169 of The Rise of a Nation. And today, it's a massive game for us against Sweden, and then we have a second game against Italy. This is big. It's the World Cup qualification, Group 6. Obviously, the last episode was the end of season review for last year at club level. If you missed that, go check it out. Let's take a look at our league and our group and kind of how things are shaping up. And well, we're in second, and we have a game in hand. Now, Italy, I think we're in the Confederation Cup, I want to say, I think they played France in the final of it. In fact, well, you can see here, they were in the International League during the Estonia international break. Now, what this meant was that everyone else in our World Cup qualifying group was playing their kind of qualifying games, whilst Italy weren't. So Italy, the favourites of the group, have still only played 2 games, and they still only have that 1 draw and that 1 defeat against Sweden. If we beat Sweden today, we'll go 3 points ahead of them with the same amount of games played, and absolutely anything against Italy gives us a real chance at topping the group, which would be a massive achievement. In terms of kind of the rules of this kind of tournament for second place, the top team qualifies. Results between teams are used to sort, and I believe the second place teams you can see here, I think it's to do with the best place qualifying teams, basically. So we just have to try and get the best kind of points total we can, which at the moment we're doing. We have 3 wins, and to be honest, they've not been very convincing wins. We beat Albania 1-0, which you saw, and then in the off-season we beat Estonia 1-0, which was an okay result, Moscow with a goal, and then we beat Estonia again at home 2-1. Again, it was probably comfortable, but it doesn't look comfortable from the scoreline. In the first game here against Estonia, you can see they only had 2 shots on target. We had more possession, we had more shots. We were the better team throughout. We deserved to win that game by more than just the 1. And in the 2-1 win, well, you can see here, Estonia 1 shot on target, 2 shots in total. We had 28. The fact it was, again, only 2-1. Very fortunate. It's a good job that kind of head-to-head is done off kind of results against each other rather than goal difference, because at the moment, our goal difference is only +3. But anyway, our first game of today is against Sweden. In terms of squad news going into this international break, the only player to really be aware of who might have been playing and probably would have been playing, who isn't, is Graffite, 29 years old, out with a Achilles injury. Unfortunately, he is out for the next 2 weeks, so he's not available for either of these 2 big games, obviously, against Sweden and Italy over the next 2 days. That does mean a little bit of a shake-up and a reshape in our team. But all in all, it's still kind of the strong squad that you guys kind of are aware of and know. Mosca and Bay, Annabel Perez, midfield Foray, Brunt, Graffite. Of course, that being Graffite, Graf Wright. And Salas, Castano, Horst and Hall in the centre. We'll have a quick look through our team here. Obviously, we're playing the 4-3-1-2 that we've played frequently. Salcedo in goal, very good goalkeeper for us, of course, formerly Mexican. You may notice a few club transfer moves in here that happened over the summer. If you do, feel free to leave them in the comments. That I may have given away the fact there was one there that we just looked at. But yeah, there are a few. So Salas at left back, Castano at centre mid, very good player there. Alongside him, we have Gary Horst, the international captain, quality centre back. Out on the right, we have Jason Hall, only 29 years old. Feels like some years ago now when he was playing for Gibraltar Apex. And well, I say it feels like some years ago. It was quite a few seasons ago now, 5 or 6 years since Jason Hall, of course, played for us at club level. In the ball-winning midfielder role, we have Graffite or Graf Wright. Centre defensive mid, we have Ethan Brunt, a very good player. A player who I'm almost tempted to play in that deep line playmaker role. We have Foray here, who's a good player. He's not great at winning the ball, though, in a ball-winning midfielder role. And to be honest, the midfield position is the one where I could probably change it a little bit. I think I will. I'm going to bring in Danny Evans. So we'll play Danny Evans at the ball-winning midfielder role because he's got good determination, good work rate, obviously good defensive player. We'll then play Ethan Brunt in the playmaking role because he's got good vision and very good passing and one of the best passers in our midfield. At centre attacking mid, we are going to go with the one, the only Annabel Perez, 30 years old. Very good player, of course, playing for Bordeaux. And up front, it is Mosca and Bay. Mosca now, 11 goals in 14 games at international level. Going to be looking to add to that today. And Bay as well, playing alongside him, a very good player himself. So that's our team. In terms of fitness, it's all fairly good. There's a few players lacking a little bit of match fitness, but I'm hoping that's not going to be too much of a problem for us. And yeah, in our first game of the day, as you can see, we are going to be taking on Sweden. It's worth noting Italy also playing Estonia. Sweden, the second seed in our group. You can see here for a number of years they were a very, very successful team in Europe. Of course, they're going to have Ludwig Young in goal. Ourselves, if we look at our ranking, we are only 54th, which means that we're not actually that far off Sweden, and we should hopefully be able to give them a really good game today. So yeah, you've seen the team. It's how we're going to play. We'll see how we get on. Sweden predicted to come out on top. Of course, Sweden, they lost one game against Albania. They've won 3 games against Albania, Estonia, and that Italy result, which was a very, very good result for them. If they win this game, they will go ahead of us by 3 points with a game in hand, so we have a little bit of a chance there. If we can beat them here, it puts us in a really, really great position because we go ahead of them, and we'd also have played a game less. So really, a win here puts us in such a fantastic position. Of course, the Italy game to proceed, this is equally as big, really. We're at home. I want us to give Sweden a good game here. You've seen in the world rankings, they've been tumbling as of late. They've been out of form. They've got some good players, yes, but I feel like this is the kind of game which, if we want to get to a World Cup, we have to be competitive in. We have to fight against a Sweden team like this. Italy getting the early lead against Estonia. It's not entirely surprising, really, if we're being honest. Early stages of this game, we'll after 12 minutes, a limited number of opportunities, although we might have a chance going forward here. Bay, ball whipped in, back post, Annabel Perez can't win it. Astvald now bring the ball forward for Sweden. They might be through here. Horst, though, fantastic tackle. Bay wins it. Can he feed it to Mosca? Mosca to Bay. That is a lovely goal. It's 1-0 here. We take the lead. It's our second shot on target of the game. It's our first clear-cut chance. Sweden have already had a few half chances, but we are the team to strike first here. A lovely little bit of interplay as well between Mosca and Bay. I kind of felt like when Bay played in Mosca, Mosca was just going to try and selfishly run with it. He didn't. He held up the ball really nicely, and Bay, using that little bit of pace he had, makes a lovely run, the pass time perfectly. First time finish on his left peg into the roof of the net. Just such a lovely goal. And, well, nice link-up play there between our two strikers. Really, really good to see. Annabel Perez struggling a little bit for fitness, as is Danny Evans and Jason Hall. That is something that we are going to have to keep an eye on. Annabel Perez really does have an issue when it comes to his stamina. He doesn't really seem to be able to finish too many games, which is a little bit odd for a player who's only 30. But he's a very good player for us, and we kind of have to play him when we can. And at the moment, we can play him, so we are playing him. Anyway, 40 minutes gone in this game. Still 1-0 up. It's going as well as it we could be hoping for it to go. Got a few players on bookings. It's also worth noting perhaps that Sweden have had 3 kind of half chances, so we've got to be wary of that. They've not created any clear-cut opportunities yet, but you know, that is something that we want to limit perhaps a little bit in this second half. I'm a little bit wary about going super defensive immediately here, but I am going to ask the players just to close down that little bit less and sit just ever so slightly deeper this kind of second half. I want us to get a few men behind the ball and try and absorb up pressure. Anyway, before that tactical change is made, Sweden might have a chance here. Castano cuts it out. Ethan Brunt can pick out a pass, passes it to Bay. It's an interesting touch, but he's going to continue to apply pressure here. Ball straight to Graffiti. Danny Evans. I mean, there's options on ahead here. Jason Hall to Ethan Brunt. The ball in Mosca. That is exceptional football. Unfortunately for us, the flag is raised. What a pass that was by Ethan Brunt. Picked out his man perfectly. Unfortunately, Mosca's run just a little bit too soon. We have got an injury in the centre mid position, which is one of the positions where we don't really have too many options. We've got to bring in Damien Ferre, the youngster, the actual born Gibraltarian, perhaps the only born Gibraltarian who really ever features in the first team. And well, we need to defend here. Set piece cleared away initially. Sweden, though, still with the ball here. Hansen blocked away, but still with Stromberg. Stephenson now bringing the ball forward. Nilsson tries to bring out wide. He does, and Salas gives away a penalty. That is not what we wanted to do. 30 minutes left in this game. Sweden with a lifeline, and Salas with a yellow card. It's going to be Nilsson to step up, and well, Salas has been given a second yellow in the same highlight for abusing the ref. He clearly didn't think it was a penalty, did he? Well, Annabel Perez is going to have to be dropped deeper and subbed off. That kind of screws me up, the fact that we've had a player sent off for dissent. Not ideal, if I'm being honest. In my list of things that I accounted to happen for this game, probably wasn't one of them. We now need Salcedo to come big if we can on the penalty, but we're down a man, and perhaps the goal is going to be the least of our worries. Nilsson scores it. It's 1-1 here. Oh, we've been screwed. I can't believe he got a second yellow for dissent. Obviously, in the Premier League, in real world football, that's now a thing, isn't it? Where the refs are a lot harsher towards any words towards the ref. It's not often you see a player give away a penalty, get a yellow card, then get a second yellow for dissent. But it's happened to us here. And we now have 27 minutes, really, where I'd be a liar if I said we're trying to do anything but kind of just hold on in this game. If we can pump the ball forward, fantastic. But really, it's going to be about just defending as solidly as possible. I'm going to set both our fullbacks on to defend and tell them not to look for the overlap and to hit early crosses. Not an ideal situation, this, but well, we'll try and make the best of the situation that we're kind of stuck in here. With a set piece, it's kicked forward. I mean, a set piece might be where we have to try and make something happen. It's important that we don't give away the ball and get caught on the counter here. Horse to Ferret, the sub. Can he make something happen, the centre mid? To Bay, tries to thread it through. Can't quite find it, but we retain possession nicely here. And well, despite being a man down, this is looking okay for us. Ball whipped in. Nilsson, the goal scorer, clears it. Now Sweden perhaps going to come forward. Graffite, shocking pass. Holmqvist is through. It's a disappointing finish for Sweden. 20 seconds, or 20, I wish there was 20 seconds left in this game. 20 minutes left in this game. I do still have one sub, but I feel like I have to hold on to it. Set piece here. Graffite clears it. Can we break now? We actually have a few men up in this attack. Try and hit them on the counter. It's a 2v2. Bay. Mosca on his own in the middle. Tackled though, and now Sweden going to come forward. End-to-end stuff here. We committed a lot of men forward there to say we're a team playing on the counter with lots of players on the defend duty. Sweden now with an extra man here, and they're making it count. Holmqvist finishes it, and it's 2-1 Sweden now. Disappointing performance since that red card, really, but it's kind of screwed us. I don't even want to watch the highlight. I hope people don't mind. I'm just skipping it. Not bitter, of course. We kind of have to try and go for this game now. I'm going to go on attacking. I feel like I can't really commit too many men forward, but at the same time, I don't really have a choice, do I? Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. I have one sub. I could possibly do it. It'd be to bring in Henny, I think it would have to be. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll bring in Henny, and we're going to play a weird formation and hope it works for us. Why not? It's a little bit attacking, the 4-2-3 formation, but we'll see if it works for us with wing-backs. We've not got a lot of time left in this game. 3 minutes left. It's gone beyond us, hasn't it? That red card really has screwed us up, giving away the penalty as well. Unnecessary dissent, though, by Salas. I mean, if I could dock his wages, which I don't think I can as an international manager, I definitely would be off the back of that. That was awful by him. Italy won their games. So that gives them a good opportunity to kind of catch up with us. Of course, the next game for us is going to be against Italy. A little bit young, had a good game for them. Nilsson getting man of the match. So yeah, we're going to get straight into that Italy game. It's the next game to do this episode. They won 3-0 in their game, so they're coming in off a high. Going to be a very, very difficult defeat for us, or difficult result for us to try and avoid defeating, but we'll try our best. Stick around, and yeah, let's see how we get on in that game. Okay guys, so we are back here for the second game of today's episode. Going to be taking on Italy away from home. Definitely could have an easier game. Sweden without a game today, so this is our game in hand against them. Even a win here isn't great for us really, because Sweden will have their head-to-head record, but well, it's all we can do. It's going to be difficult. Italy, a very good side, despite their kind of dodgy start, I guess, in the kind of competition. You can see they were the #1 team in the world less than a year ago, so they're a top side. And well, they have fallen a little bit off the pace as of late, but that is not going to make our task any easier. Looks like they could play a narrower 4-2-3-1 with Daniele Russo in the team. What a turn up for the Bucks. In terms of our team, we actually have a few players out with various injuries, which is a bit of a pain, and also suspensions have come our way. So in terms of our team, we might have a few problems, because I don't think we're going to have a centre attacking mid, just because of the way things have worked out. So I think actually what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop Ferret in at centre mid on attack. And then we'll also play Jason Hall and Modesto on attack, either wing, I think. It's a bit of a pain because Salas is out, suspended. Anibal Perez is suspended. Sene is injured. There's a few other players who have been injured and removed from the squad. You can see here Ethan Brunt and Jay Marriott, who played left back in our first game. So as a result, Hall is going to go out onto that onto that left-hand side. He is either-footed, so that's not too bad. And Modesto, with the power of the glasses, is going to come in on the right-hand side. So hopefully he can use the power of the glasses for us today. We're going to need them. Anyway, in terms of the rest of the team, it's Bay and Mosca up top. The midfield is kind of the same. Pellicer comes into the side. He's a good little playmaker, really. He got 13 passing, 14 work rate, some half-decent flair as well. He's 33 years old, though, so can't get around the pitch too much. And we do have a few players struggling a little bit for fitness, which is somewhat of a concern, because I haven't really got backups in those positions. Jason Hall really springs to mind. At left-back, we're a little bit bare. We have been given a virtual player, which is this guy, Joseph Ruiz, one of the kind of greyed out players because of the amount of injuries we've had. We've also got this guy, Munden. So we do have capable fullbacks, I guess, if we absolutely need them. But it's not really what you want to have to fall back on, is it? Either way, looking at the odds, Italy, by far and away the favourites. Lombardi, considered the key player here for Italy, plays for AS Monaco, but it's worth knowing. We've seen a few of their players. We recognise a few of their players. Daniele Russo playing up front. A little bit better than some of our players, I think it's fair to say. I don't think Gary Horse will be too offended by that. It's a good team they've got. Not going to be easy, but no, we'll see how we get on here today. So yeah, a win here would be great. I'm not really expecting us to get a win here, if I'm honest. But it would leave us with kind of half an opportunity. I mean, we still have an opportunity to set the second best placed team. But, well, following on from our first defeat in the World Cup qualifiers, we kind of want to bounce back immediately if we can, albeit against one of the best teams in the league. But we give away a penalty in the first 2 minutes. I feel like if we lose this game, as we lost last game, I'm just going to look back and think penalties screwed us. I don't feel like there's a lot as a manager you can do to stop penalties. It's down the middle again. It's Tortora with the goal. His 10th goal for Italy. And I don't really know what to say. I mean, what do you say? I feel like as a manager, yeah, there are certainly ways you can prevent penalties happening. And when you are a smaller nation such as Gibraltar, taking on to the bigger teams in Sweden and Italy, there is perhaps slightly more of a risk of giving away a penalty because you don't have the ball as much. They're going to be driving into your penalty area often. But I kind of feel like in FM, as a manager, like, I don't know what I could have done to stop either of these penalties. We've got to remember the game isn't over yet, I guess. Italy, though, with the ball again, bringing it forward here. We are yet to have a shot. The only shot of the game, actually, that penalty. And, well, they've hit the woodwork. Castano, very composed there with the ball. I liked that. Just kind of passed it out to Modesto like the ball hadn't hit the post prior. Unfortunately, though, Italy on the attack again for us here. And it's Belfort bringing the ball forward. Lombardi now with it. And the ball might find its way into the box again here. Tortora at the edge. Anselmo to Belfort. Oh, Belfiore. That's probably how you say his name. It sounds Italian, doesn't it? I mean, they really are probing at the edge of the box, and I don't really like it, and they're continuing to do it. Galuzzo to La Cava to Tortora. Lombardi. It's a nice goal for Italy. I feel like injuries, suspensions have kind of screwed us here, if I'm honest. I don't know what to do. I don't have a central attacking mid. I mean, do I just bring in Henny now for Foray? I think I do. I think I have to. I feel like I have to change something. That's kind of the worst thing here. What do you do against Italy away from home when you go 2-0 down in 12 minutes from your first 2 shots against you? I'll tell you what you do. You panic. You bring on another striker. Why not? Why not? I mean, we're not really following the rule book here, but we're on the attack. Mosca, Henny, the sub. Can he score? Well, that's why we brought him on. Game changer. Steve Henny. Mosca, the architect, with an assist. And, well, Henny, it's a powerful finish. I don't know where that's come from, but Mosca passes it in. Henny, one touch, on the turn, bang. Keeper blinks and misses it. It's 2-1. Somehow, we're back in it. I mean, for how long? I don't know. But we'll ride on the momentum whilst we can as Italy dribbling the ball forward. Salcedo, what a save that is. Nice save. That was a clear-cut chance, I do believe, for Italy. Although they do have a set-piece. Salcedo saves it again. He doesn't care. We're going to go on the counter. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go on the counter. We're going to stop looking for the overlap and start looking to hit early crosses. And yeah, we're going to play a little bit wider, I think, because they are stretching us wide, Italy, and I do feel like just play that little bit wider might just help us defensively and prevent our fullbacks kind of sitting too narrow and then having to desperately, when the ball does get into the wide area, kind of sprint to cover their men. They're already going to be kind of in established positions to stop the crosses, he says, as the cross finds its way into the box and goes in to make it 3-1 just before the half-time. I mean, I'm going to say it again, these are one of the best teams in the world. They won the International Cup friendly thing in the summer. Their world ranking has dropped down a little bit, probably because they lost to Sweden and drew with Albania. But unfortunately for us, they've been quite good today. And, well, they're 3-1 up in a game where we gave away a penalty after 2 minutes. I mean, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot there, I think it's fair to say. We'll continue to battle on, though, with our experimental system. I mean, we've got one goal. We might have a chance in Moscow. Henny again. Why not? It is Henny again. Was it an own goal? No, it was Henny. He's got 2 goals. It's looking like a great sub. Moscow with the assist. The comeback is back on. The bank is open. And, well, 2 minutes into the second half, we're back in it. Why not? Henny doesn't even jump for the header. Just nods it. He's not great in the air, Henny, but he's got the ball there. Moscow, turning provider in this set of friendlies. He's got 3 assists to his name. Not a bad total by any means. And, well, it's 3-1. I'm going to start to believe, albeit for the next 2 minutes, because why not? And Russo to Lombardi. I mean, this is where I'm a little bit worried that they could tear us apart. The ball in, Salcedo collects it. I was worried he was going to screw that up for a second, but the Gibraltarian keeper dealt with it. I mean, he screwed it up there, really, hasn't he? By kicking it to their right back. I'm lost for words. I can't even get my words out. That looked offside. It's not offside. Daniele Russo makes it 4-2. Dream's dead again. I feel like this game is just the story of us pegging them back repeatedly before having our dreams crushed. And, well, this time it's by a man who has crushed our hearts in a Champions League final. He's now crushed our hearts in a World Cup qualifier, hasn't he? 4-2. Italy, they're the better team. They've been on top in this game. We've fought back well. We've kept it competitive. We've scored 2 goals away from home against one of the best teams in the world. We're on the attack again in Moscow. Well, let's get Henny his hat-trick. Why not? Why? I mean, if that was the highlight, I'm underwhelmed. Italy bringing the ball forward. The issue is, with our kind of 4-3-3, as soon as they beat our front 3, building it from the back, we just have no one back, and Russo scores again. Daniele, why are you doing this to me? Why? If you don't know the story of Daniele Russo, because I appreciate people have come in halfway through this series, there's a lot of episodes which you should catch up on. They're worth your time. But Daniele Russo is a player who we loaned from Inter Milan for 3 consecutive seasons. I think when he was 18, no, maybe younger than that, maybe 16 or 17, till he was kind of 20. So we were a big part in his kind of youth development, and then he ended up moving to Real Madrid in his early 20s, and he's basically the best player in the world, or one of the best players in the world, certainly. And, well, he's put us to the sword here, as he did in a Champions League final once upon a time. A memory which, in my mind, I've tried to block out. You know, I've held counselling for it. I don't want to remember that Real Madrid. I remembered the flashbacks. I can see them. I mean, it's Daniele Russo's 90th goal for Italy. 90. 9-0. He's in his early 30s, and it's not a bad 90th goal. I mean, I want to criticise someone, but who do you criticise for that goal? He's probably going to score again. Some would say it's suicide, the fact I'm playing a 4-3-3. I mean, we got 2 goals. I don't think we would have got that if we hadn't played on the attack. We're going for it again. Henny for the hat-trick. Moscow, oh, well, he gets a goal. It's 1 for the neutral, this game. 1 for the neutral. I feel like the fact we've scored 3 goals against Italy away from home is a good achievement in itself, because Italy, known as a defensively strong nation, apparently in 22 years' time, they're just not going to care about their defensive prowess. I mean, we give the away fans something else to cheer for. Henny is looking for the hat-trick. You can see him wanting it. Jason Hall and Castano are both struggling. I feel like making subs at this point is kind of futile, so we'll just let the game play out to Tora. Just don't give it to Russo again, please. We've given away a penalty, and Russo's going to get a chance, is he? No, he's not, actually. Number 6 is going to take it. Which is, I mean, it's a second penalty for the game. This to make it 7-3 if you were losing count. I mean, can Salcedo save 1 penalty this episode? No, they've all gone down the middle. 2 games, 3 penalties. Tortora gets his second in the game. Daniele Russo won the penalty, if you were wondering. Yeah, I don't know what to say to this. It's a bit of a mad game. No one seems to care about the defending. We've had 10 goals in total. There might be more. Mosca, let's get Henny his hat-trick. Henny, win it! Oh, he had a chance. He had a chance as well. It was a clear-cut opportunity. His name was up in lights. He could have been the player to get a hat-trick against Italy for Gibraltar. And he bottled it. He bottled it. Unbelievable. I mean, we're still on the attack. It's not over. Feed Henny. Feed the hen. Oh my, he's missed another. It could be 7-4. What a weird game of football this has been. I don't feel like either team really wanted to defend in the second half. I mean, what was there? 6 goals in the second half? I mean, there were 4 in the first half. Let's not get too carried away here. It was a bit of a mad game in all. I'm going to tell the boys they're unlucky. It was a plucky performance. We entertained the fans, if nothing else. Unfortunately, that result does see Italy with a chance to leapfrog us with their game in hand, and it also means our head-to-head record against Italy and Sweden isn't too great, unfortunately. Anyway, in terms of international games, our next game is actually going to be against Albania. It's a one-off game, and it's next month, so not long to wait to that. I don't know if I'll do that game as a live com. Let me know if you'd like to see it. Of course, we beat Albania last time we met them, and following on from that, we're going to have a big conclusion in November as Sweden and Italy will be welcoming us, or, well, Sweden will be, Italy won't be. Italy are coming to us, but that doesn't matter. It's big games coming up. Unfortunately, we have had a bit of a meltdown after the perfect start, and I feel like the fact we've conceded 9 goals in 2 games probably means we won't make it to the World Cup. But no, hopefully you guys have enjoyed regardless. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. I do greatly appreciate it. It does help me out. If you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.